And joining us right now to give us a preview of the Gilas Pilipinas and Indonesia match is Sportsdesk basketball analyst Coach Ronnie Magsanoc. Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back to the show. I missed you.
Same here.
Coach, okay, initial thoughts mo muna. I want to get your thoughts on this 12-man lineup that we will take and face Indonesia. Let's take a look at the lineup here that will be flashed on our screens. 7 pros, as I mentioned, and 5 amateurs. Here is the lineup of Gilas Pilipinas against Indonesia. Kiefer, R. Pugoy, Troy Rosario, Poy Eram, Abu Tratter, Justin Chua, CJ Perez, Dwight Ramos, 30 Ravenna, Juan Gomez de Liano, Matt Nieto, and Isa Akgo, with Kiefer being the team captain. Your thoughts?
Best possible roster that you can form given the players who declined because of injuries and several other reasons. And I believe that this is a good mix of veteran international campaigners and young Turks who are out here to make a name for themselves. Dahil alam mo naman, pag bumalik na yung mga big guns from the PBA, so pagdating sa second window, iba na naman. Dahil every window that you play in, pwede ka magpalit. And this is also the same situation for all the other countries who are a part of this FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers.
Coach, nung huling natin nakalaban ng Indonesia sa SEA Games yun, dito yun. Tinambakan natin, 97-70. But that was a different team. Of course, a different coach with Tim Cohen at helm then.
Dalawa na lang ang natira dito sa 2019 roster sa SEA Games, si Kiefer at saka si Troy.
That's right.
Walang iba na natitira from that unit, and that's totally different. Ganun din naman sa Indonesia. 6 lamang from that roster in the SEA Games are back dito sa 2020 roster nila. Kasi may transition eh. At they were shut off from the medal race after winning the silver medal in 2017 in Malaysia. So you go back to looking at Indonesia, not just in the present roster, in terms of matching up with the Philippines, but way back to 2017, dahil doon sila nag-silver medal eh. Iba na rin ang coach noon, dahil nag-take over na si Coach Raiko Toroman. So kung apples to apples lamang ang apple to apple lamang ang comparison, kung nasa transition sila, ganun din naman tayo. In fact, they have a 16-year-old player in the roster playing against the Philippines on Saturday, I believe.
Na gusto din nilang i-develop, no?
Parang tayo rin naman.
Parang tayo. Then looking ahead, we have young guys like Dwight Ramos, Juan Gomez de Liano, Matt Nieto.
Kasi down the line ng preparation eh. 2023 World Cup eh, di ba?
Yes. Coach, there were talks that former PBA import Lester Prosper will play for Indonesia. But this, eto, hindi daw maglalaro si Prosper against Gilas. How will this impact the game? Is it safe to say na, okay, mas madadalian tayo?
Walang madali. Walang madali. In fact, last night in the game against South Korea was down in the first quarter at 27-21. Indonesia had the lead for about 7 minutes until that second quarter blitz ng South Korea, 14-0 run, turn things around. Walang madali sa international competition. If you want to assume and expect that you are going to win easy, that's not going to happen. Kasi kaya ang national players sila eh, di ba? They are among the best in that region, in that country. So, walang madali. Anong effect ni Prosper? Malaking bagay, pabor sa atin.
Siyempre.
Kasi bago si Prosper, it was Denzel Bowles.
You're right, tama.
It was Denzel Bowles. So, hindi pa naayos yung kanyang naturalization papers. Good for us. Until such time that he is there, then we have to match up. Ito yung punto ko, when we were talking about this team, that match-up lang naman ang kailangan mo eh. Di ba?
Kasi pwede ka naman magpalit-palit nga, tama.
Exactly.
So, mamatch-upan mo yung dun sa lineup na
based din sa meron tayo.
Oo, tama.
Kasi maraming hindi nakapaglaro eh, di ba? This was a part of the 24-man pool reinforced by PBA players until eventually, kasi nga may mga nasasaktan, may mga galing sa preseason. So, dito tayo bumagsak. But this is still the best team possible that you can form given the time frame that you only have. Mabuti nga, hindi pa natuloy yung Feb 20 game, eh, di ba? So, it gave our think tank that 3-day window to operate on, eto nga, makahanap, makapagpapunta. Yung iba, hindi pa nakakapunta eh, di ba? Kasi nga, for various reasons. Pero sa ngayon, this is it. Ika nga nila. And I think we can still handle Indonesia in this matchup. We just have to defend them correctly the way the South Korean team did after the first quarter.
Kanina narinig natin, Mark Pingris, nag-usap daw sila ni Kiefer and sabi nga daw that they want to beat Indonesia by 30 to 40 points. And I asked you about it kanina. And Indonesia is coming off a blowout loss nga to Korea in the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers.
Dikit yung laban na yun sa simula.
Dumikit nung simula, pero iniwan na towards the end. Kaya rin ba, tingin mo, is that possible? Like what Mark Pingers, although dina-downplay nga ni Mark Dickel, but what are your thoughts about yung sinabi nga ni Mark Pingers na pinag-uusapan nila ni Kiefer na kayang tambakan to?
I think the ultimate goal is to win convincingly. Now, with regard to the fact that you're going to have a blowout win, wala sa plano ng ano yun eh, ng coaching staff kadalasan eh. Ang plano is how to come out as winners in that game. If it happens na matambakan, then so be it. But otherwise, the strategy is cover this, have an advantage on this, dominate this, and then eventually the result will go in your favor. Pero kung sasabihin mo halimbawa na 50, 60, madaling sabihin pero hindi madaling gawin.
Your keys to winning for the Philippines against Indonesia, basing on the lineup that we're gonna field.
If there's one thing that they have as a plus against us is the fact that this team has played, I think, together for a longer period of time. So kung wala tayo nun, ano yung meron tayo? I think defensively, we are a very solid unit. Last night, they only had just 20-something rebounds and South Korea dominated them. We have to win that battle for us to be able to run. And I think this is a good transition team talking about our Gilas roster. And we also have to shut down their three-point shooting. Nearly 50% of their total attempts came from beyond the arc last night against Korea. And they made a lot in the first quarter. In fact, there is this young guard who scored, I think, 10 of their first 15 points and he finished with 25. You have to take that away. Kasi hindi sila skilled breakdown players pero good catch and shoot players. And then, aside from defending the three-point line, they have to shoot well from the outside. South Korea last night had 17 made three-point attempts out of 34 shots for about 50%. We may not have that efficiency, but in case they do play zone against us, then we have to shoot respectably from the outside. And that has been a missing link in our arsenal dun sa mga nakaraang sinalihan natin on the international stage. But this is, I think, still loaded, no? Still loaded. And hindi naman tayo sasabak ng hindi tayo handa eh. Malaki ang paniniwala ko na if you have a good plan in the right direction, then good things are bound to happen very, very soon.
Well, Coach, thank you again for being here and sharing us your thoughts about
Anytime.
Gilas Pilipinas taking on against Indonesia. Sana manalong Gilas. Coach, happy weekend to you.
You too.
Maraming salamat again. We just had Coach Ronnie Magsanoc, Sportsdesk analyst.